Good evening, repairer community. Here we are, Tuesday again. How quick do they go? They're getting faster and faster. Anyhow, tonight, of course, we've got an interesting one for you because we've got a demo from GT Motive. So that's what tonight is all about. Of course, Crash Clinic is about bringing the community together and obviously trying to help and bring you the latest news and the latest features. So it's all about learning. I know, I don't know about you guys, but this week has been absolutely outrageous. We're so busy. We've literally had to put a hold on work coming in because we just seriously can't cope. And I'm pretty sure you guys are the same. So there's various different things that can help us, of course. One thing for us at the moment we're finding quite awkward is actually going out and estimating cars. So mobile estimating, something we used to do a lot of years ago, but years ago the roads weren't so bad. So, you know, and it wasn't too bad a thing. You could go and meet your customers, but now we haven't got time to go out and you can't get many estimates done. So that's another thing that I've put a little post on LinkedIn just to ask, are you still doing that? Are you still doing mobile estimates? Something I'm very keen to find out about because I know there is ways of resolving that, and I'm sure Martin will explain a bit more on that when he comes on. So yes, there's lots of ways of helping us guys doing mobile estimating. But how many do you do? Do you go out on the road? Am I, the only company that still do it? Let me know. Obviously, keep me updated. Right, just before we go, something that I found fascinating this week is Mercedes are to accept the blame for driverless cars. Wow, obviously the driverless cars has been something, quite a big talk over the last 12 months. I think it has. What the future is going to be, of course, we all know it's going to happen at some stage, but who takes the responsibility? Is it the driver? Is it the insurer? Or is it the manufacturer of the car? Well, Mercedes have actually came out and said that they will accept responsibility for collisions that are directly caused by a fault with its technology. But there's always a but with insurers and manufacturers, eh? But not when the driver has failed to comply with their duty of care. Interesting. So what does that mean? Once the duty, so now there'll be an argument between the manufacturer, the driver, because then what happens if he hasn't, abided with their duty of care or complied with their duty of care? Who then takes the responsibility? It's very interesting, of course, because this autonomous stuff is going to be massive in coming years. So that's an interesting one for you all. Obviously, let me know your thoughts on that. And very interesting. Don't forget to join Crash Clinic. Let's talk about the industry. Crash TV, of course, feel the pain. Yes, it's all about the pain of our industry. One thing we know for sure is over the years, estimating has become very expensive. And we also know that there's only ever really been one major player in that field until now, of course. So interesting enough, we're going to find out a lot more about that, but I'm going to let someone else tell you all about it. And
Crash TV. And now introducing our next special guest, all the way from
GT Motive, Martin Rowley. How are we doing? Oh, hold on a minute, matey. Somebody just cut you off. There we go. That's better. How are we doing?
I'm doing okay, mate. How are you?
Good, man. I'm not too bad.
I just come out of hair and makeup. So
you got your hair done?
Makeup's done. Just got my hair done. Yeah, it's all done.
So. Looking good. Well, some of us in the industry know you as Mr. Out-of-Text. It has been known. That's what we call you. But this is what it's all about tonight, of course. We're all about the new estimating platform that's out there. So you were at Out-of-Text for how many years?
Just coming up shy of 14 years.
14 years. That's a long time, of course. Yep. And now you've made a change. Can I ask why?
I just thought it was about time we had an option in the UK. It wasn't just at the last end of 14 years. It's been, million in my mind for years that we don't give a repairer an option. I do see the invoices and stuff that go into different repairers from all different levels, whether it, paint companies, parts levels, everything that goes in there. Because although working for Out-of-Text for 14 years, when I used to go in some of the repairers, and some of the repairers will probably let you know this, I didn't just do Out-of-Text things when they were in there. I was helping them, maybe other parts of the business that might help them make them more efficient, more cost effective, and things like that. And yeah, and after 14 years, I just thought we needed an option in the UK now,
Yeah, agree
um,
with that.
a more cost-effective option as well. Because
Yeah.
the company I've gone to work for is, it is cheaper than in terms of the price you pay for the estimates. And I wouldn't have moved across to GT if I didn't think it was a viable
Yeah.
alternative to to Audatex and other platforms. There's not just Audatex out there. We know that um, G, Glassmatics is still out there, and you've got Interest, and I'm not running it. And don't get me wrong, Audatex is a good product. I'm not condoning running the product down at all. It's there, but I just think now we've got a new product here that I think can help in the marketplace, especially for the repairers. And in any way we can try to get the repairers to reduce their costs.
I was just going to say, I don't think it's a bad product, but expense. I think when there's a monopoly somewhere, it gets expensive. And I know
well,
at the end of the day,
so
we
we
need to save costs, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, we've done some billing today. I've sent out, we sent out the billing out to some repairers today, and some repairers have converted away from from Audatex, as well as
Yeah,
Audatex have taken some GT customers as well. That's how business is, and that's a good thing. There's competition in the market where people can choose. And the one guy's bill's come in today from GT at £162, and he's done. It was
not the
13
one
estimate.
estimate, I hope.
Well, no, you say that, yeah. So that's yeah. So I mean, that's £12.50 times. I think it was
Right.
13.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So 13 estimates. I know he showed me his old estimates through. It would have been. He was on the pay-as-you-go system, so
Right.
um, his bill would have been nice, just over £700 with Audatex.
So not just a little saving, a
It's
huge
quite a big
saving.
saving, but
A lot of
again,
saving.
two different, same sort of product, but two different ways of billing. It's just the way
Yeah.
it is. So,
Wow.
yeah, so that's the reason why we've come into the marketplace, and we wanted to be totally transparent in how we invoice or the repairer per job, and it's literally a pay per job. There's no other
Right.
costs around GT, so there's no license fee, there's no support fee, there's no as you call software and solutions fees. There's no monthly cost at all. We don't charge for any installation, and we just charge £12.50 a job flat rate. So if next month that repairer only does one job, he
£12.50.
gets charged £12.50. Following month he does two, £25. If the following month he doesn't, he goes away for a month, he's on holiday. It doesn't make no difference. Nothing comes out of his bank. It's just an
Wow.
empty month of it. So take the pandemic. If the unfortunate time we had during lockdown, between April and May, there just wouldn't have been anything coming out of the people who closed their business down.
A lot of Audatex people have been charged a lot of money for doing nothing. Yeah.
Well, so it's
Wow.
it's good. So we don't
Love
charge for any training either. So training is free. So anybody that comes on board, and if you can use any of these other products, with it, Adtex or its Interest or Glassmatics, you should get your head around this. I mean, I'm quite happy to give you a quick demo in the next few minutes.
yeah.
And if you can use those products, you can use this product. So we charge we don't charge at all for training. We train online, one to one, or you can have it as a group,
So
and you can have
major
as many.
difference. Is that a major difference that it's an online system? It's a cloud-based system?
It's totally cloud based, so I know this sounds really wrong, but I can sit next to my missus in bed while she's reading a book. I've got my Kindle Fire, and I'm just messing around doing estimates
You need to
on the
get a
Kindle.
live.
Well, I should get a lot. So yeah. So it's I mean, I if I wanted to be really silly, I could do it on my phone, but obviously,
Wow.
even my eyesight's going now. So yeah, it's
Love it. Love it.
yeah.
Is any of the
Yeah,
others cloud-based, or is this the first cloud-based? What's the
no, I mean, I think Interest is cloud based, and I think definitely Glassmatics is cloud based. Yeah, so it's but yeah, you can log in. I mean, it's silly things like you're always restricted with repairers in the previous role that you couldn't instantly put it on a Mac. You would have for it to have Mac access. You had to host it in a Windows environment, which is a monthly or yearly cost to host it in a Mac. So we don't have that problem. You can have it on iOS. You can have it on Android. It's fully compliant with all of those. Yeah. So
fantastic? Okay.
yeah. So
Well, without further ado, I think we should show everybody what it's all about.
Okay, so I'm gonna share.
There we go.
Okay, so as I said, it's cloud-based. In my previous role, I would have had to take my laptop with me. I'd have no choice really, because if that repairer hadn't got an estimating system, he would have to download the software, or if GCC, which is Global Claims Center, he would have to download the software, and he would have to download the data, the vehicle data, which is a huge amount of data, and that can take, depending on your download speed, some hours to do that. So I'm lucky enough now that I can travel wherever I want without a laptop if in mind, if I need to go in there and just go into a URL anywhere, and it's literally global.eu, HTTPS, and then you just log in. So when you get to your login, so you log in, as you should probably see familiar here, this is what your folders are like. If you're on a linked in with an insurer, and we're currently linked in with an insurer, and they send you instructions through Audatex, and this is the same thing. It lands here into your active file, and you open the job from your active file. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create an estimate and just show you really quickly. So just create an estimate, put in only Q2. You put a claim number if you've got one there. I'll put a reg in. And then repairer would be the repairer, whoever you are set up, and the company, whoever the insurance is, or it's retail. It's going to retail non-approved. I'll accept that job, and if the vehicle's been sent you as a shell, all the details would be filled in here. So I don't really need to do that. I'm just going to create an estimate straight away.
So a job can be deployed to you via...
Yeah, it can be deployed as long as that insurer allows it. And we've currently only got one insurer. I'm not here to sell the dream at the moment. You know, we've got one insurer, and we're working on other insurers when they're ready. So
yeah, cool. So body shops are going to come on board if it's the right price, and obviously it's the right price.
So the vehicle now has been picked, and we're just going to follow this process down here. Okay. So I know this vehicle just like you would with the other system. You would have had Audi VIN Plus. This is called VIN Query. It's got a shield against it, and it's picked all the data up for this vehicle from Audi. Okay. I'll just put a mileage in here of 8692. Now, and when we move down to the equipment level, okay, this is what you would see, and you're all familiar. This is Audatex. Okay, so this is where your model codes would always be. So these are all your tabs, and all the little red ticks means it's to pick something, and you would see ticks in here. So it's got rear view camera. We don't know if it's got pedestrian protection or anything like that, or it would interior. It'd pick all the ticks and the little dots that you would know. GT is exactly the same. We've got all the tabs, and instead of little red dots, we've got ticks. So different way of working. Right, so I'm going to go say
really clean and really nice, if I'm honest.
So exterior, we go to general. As you can see, there's a tick here with a shield in the box, and if that shield's in there, we know it's been VIN picked, just like the red, the ticks and the dots. Go to lights, and for example, this. If I click this one here, it just comes up like it does on the other system. Selected you're not compatible with LED land automatic lights currently present. Do you want to continue to commit to the change? I'm not going to commit to the change. If I did commit to the change, it would take that shield out and that tick out and just put a tick there. And it would also, if it was under your audit or your rules warning proposition back to an insurer, let that insurer know that you as an estimator have changed that vehicle. Now, it might be that it's a legitimate change because the customer, for example, has changed it from that lamp to that lamp. I'm just using that as an example, but that's modified the vehicle. Or it could be it's got tinted glass now, and it didn't have tinted glass because the customers tinted it, whatever. So, this is just exactly the same with all your trims, and as you can see, with all your accessories. Same with the interior equipment. Okay, all your doors, etc.
Very pleasing on the eye, isn't it? Very simple to look at.
I mean, but it's also got ADAS, so it picks up all your ADAS items,
right,
with the shields again. Engine wise, there you go, or your anti-pollution, whatever it's got. I'll tell you about the maintenance system as it goes. We have got a maintenance-based system in here, so you can service your vehicle, and it'll tell you what oils and that you need, and etc. Okay.
Right.
Gearbox, here we go. Running gear, labels, Great Britain National. So that's all your equipment range on that vehicle. Right?
Yep.
Next one you go down to is data, probably where you will see your labour rates and your parts discounts. And in here, in Europe, how this is used, we've got different technician levels, and
Yep.
they work at different levels and different disciplines. So mechanical, uh, body, paint, electrical, etc. Right, but just like Auditex, you've got two items where you put labour, one labour and panel, paint, MET and panel, and one paint. You probably always wondered why do you need two? That's because in Europe it's used, and a body shop might only do one company might only do panel, another might only do paint,
Right.
so they might work at different levels. Same here. So we're all we bothered is we just want one price in here. I'm going to on this Audi £60 an hour. Okay, and it just fills everything at £60 an hour. We can
You can alter them and
s-
change them, can you?
we can change them what you want, or we can actually, when we set you up as a repairer, it will automatically default to £60 an hour, and you can just change it so it just forces it in at £60.
Right. Yep.
From a paint point of view, we use AZT exactly the same as Auditex. Yep.
Yep.
So it's AZT. It's a Pearl 2 coat on this vehicle, and there's your paint index. If you wanted to discount it, obviously you put your 80% in there or your 90% in there,
Yep.
and yeah, parts wise. Okay, so this is all your parts side of it, right? So we're going to use any auxiliary system generated. I'll just go sundries here. Oh, anti-corrosion. So when you're in zone 99 in Auditex, you will put your
Yep.
labour time to put the corrosion protection, and then you put the materials straight underneath. In our system, you put the labour time in, it's within the graphics, and you would just come back here in parts because you don't have to come out of graphics, just hit the data here and just put how many panels you've gone. So I'll put a bonnet and a wing on this, and I'm just going to do it £8 a panel, so £16 just for the corrosion material. Right.
Yep.
Sundries wise, I'm going to set this at say 3.5% sundries, but I'm also going to set it at £30 maximum amount. Now, I know that you can't do that on
Yep.
some of the systems because you can either put 3.5 or a
Oh,
maximum amount. Normally, if you put 3.5, it will come back as a rules warning and say, well, you're saying you have to change it all around again and go that. You don't have to this, whichever hits first here. Okay.
Yep. Cool.
Excess is pretty straightforward. Taxes, you probably don't get many people that there still are repairers out there that are not tax or VAT registered.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well.
You just hit that slide button and it wouldn't put any VAT on it. Okay. Estimate attributes. There's a couple of changes going to go on here. So this observations is like your assessment notes. This is going to be a much bigger because we're going to be changing this in probably the second week in May, and it's going to have a
Right.
big change. And that you can literally put War and Peace in there if you wanted to, but I don't really want to put War and Peace in there. Okay. Free text. You can put customer's name and address on here for a retail job, policy number, claim number.
And can you set templates up, of course? Yeah.
We can set templates up in the front end when we send them across to you. So, okay, so here's your colour code. That's your mileage. Vehicle state is good, say, but let's come to the brakes. And we want to say that we can't test these brakes because let's just say the braiding's coming out the tyre. The tyre's absolutely shot. There's no way we can road test this vehicle. You just have to click other and type in there to the engineer, cannot test right due to braiding coming out. Okay.
Yep. Nice.
So I'm just going to go good now for that. And you can do exactly the same for the steering. I know that you've got testable, non-testable, and satisfactory or not satisfactory. I don't really know what that means, but this just gives you an idea that you can give the customer or the engineer a notification why it can't be driven. So I'm going to say this vehicle's mobile, it was a collision, and it's just medium. Again, you can fill in your accident dates exactly the same. Okay. It's got a market value of £29,000 for this vehicle, and that comes from Kazana.
Yeah, I was going to
Um,
say.
yeah, I'm not. This is not a total loss, and it's economical repair vehicle, and technically and mechanically, it's repairable.
When you put the total loss in there at the moment, does it calculate it for you?
Yeah.
And it would flag up and say this is a total loss or anything like that.
Well, you'll see. I'll show you when we do the. You mean like a running total?
Yeah. Would it tell you?
We don't have the running total with the bar at the bottom, and there's some pros and cons with that. And I totally understand with an estimator when you've seen the bar coming up, and we know if it's going to become borderline or total loss.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's pretty easy. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So, vehicle damage. Okay, so I'm going to say let's do the front left here. Right, but also imagine this car was either stolen, it's been damaged all round, or it's spun, hit the back end. You know that you can only normally pick 3 blocks within the other system. You can go all the way around with this one if you want to. So it's not a problem. Or I can just, like say, isolate an area. So, and I'm just going to say the direction of impact is here, and that is the general area. All right.
Okay.
Ignore regional settings. That everything will be UK. And then discounts, if you want to put parts discounts, don't like saying that word on you on the telly. So, okay. So, and reports wise, we can put, let's say for yourself, for your body shop, Darren, or any body shop, we can put your header in here. So when the estimate prints out, it'll have either whatever the company is, ABC.
Is that something you can do yourself, or is that something you do for us?
You just we do it for you. You just send it over and we do it for you. So, you see here, it says equipment information, display on front page, display on last page, do not display. So when we brought that equipment up and it got that massive list of everything that's included on that way, again, on Autotext and ours, you can have that full display. Gets in the way a little bit. It's just too much information. So you can actually turn that off, don't display it. And I'll show you what it looks like when we do the 2 reports.
Yeah.
Waste EPA. Okay, again, straightforward. You've got an oil EPA charge, a tyre EPA charge, or you can have your general EPA. And again, we can set that in there automatically, that when you open the job, it's automatically there, as with the sundries, as with the, okay.
Yep.
Tyres, don't ask me why, but I quite like this. So I like to put.
You've got a tyre fetish, haven't you?
I've got a tyre fetish, and the reason I like it, after running shops,
is it the rubber or the?
It is the, yeah. So when you're running shops, you get, and I'm sure someone's had it out there that they've had a car come in, and the customer's come back and says, "That's not my tyre on my car." You go, "Well, honestly, mate, you've got Michelin's and you've got one Avon." "No, I haven't, but this obviously times it and records it." So I like to put that in there. It's up to you. You don't have to put that in. It's a bit treads. Functionality. Our system also has a hail damage based estimating system. So Hinckley and Leicestershire seem to go through quite a bit of hail for some unknown reason, and you can. There is a hail-based estimating system. The truth be known, Darren, if anybody says how does it work, I don't know at the moment. I've not learned that. I've been here a few months and I've not learned that one yet.
I'm sure you will soon enough.
And when I need, I use it. So we're now going to go into operation.
I can show us that in the winter.
Yeah. So we're probably in the summer. It'll happen again. So. I've now gone into the graphics. Now, everything looks like a certain make of a vehicle at first until you aim at the area you want to go at, just like the other graphics. So I'm going to click on the bonnet, and then this will bring the bonnet up, and I'm just going to go for bonnet, and it turns blue. And over here are your icons. If you hover over them, it'll tell you what to do, but there's also a little arrow here. And I'm just going to go and replace this bonnet. That operation's been added, and it's going to ask me if I want a mounting kit. Yeah, I'm going to accept that mounting kit for now. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the wing. I can highlight the wing, click on the wing, a blue square goes solid. I'm going to go left front wing, and let's replace that wing. I'm going to go for a complete wing. I'm going to accept that. And it'll ask me if I want a mounting kit. I don't want it on this one, say 71 plate. I just want it on the bonnet, was badly damaged. Okay. 2 things I forgot here. One, I need to put anti-corrosion. So over here, you've got an anti-corrosion button. You add that on, and there's anti-corrosion. And I'm going to do the same with the bonnet. I'm going to hit the anti-corrosion. Happy with that?
Looks very simple.
Yeah, so I can zoom in.
Like it.
And I can move it around if I want to move it around. Okay. At this moment in time, we don't have any intention of putting 3D graphics. not something we're going to do. You know, it might be something if the demand is there, but at the moment we don't seem to meet the demand for that. So,
It's good enough.
if I hit the circle, it's going to take me back here, and then I could click on the door. Or if I go back to that now, and then I hit this arrow, that takes me along to the door. Okay.
Took it around the car.
So, yep. So just skip around there, click on the door, goes blue solid. But this time I'm going to repair it. I'll drop that out so people can see, but I'm going to repair it this time. So the hammer is repair. And this is where the big change is. So if I was going to put 3 hours in there, in out of text I put 30. In ours, it's 3 hours. Straightforward. It's just 3. Okay.
Makes more sense. Yep.
Right. You'll remember in out of text as well, you'll have a line here with a blue square here, which is the area that you want to repair below the scraper molding here. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't work that way. We look at a grid system.
Right.
So I want really area F, which is from the top of the door to the bottom of the door, which is this block area here. And it should only give me one option. Oh, it gives me 2. So left front door, upper middle to middle lower section, or left front door, lower F. That's what I'm going to go for F. I'm going to go, it defaults as without a text to less than 50%. I'm going to go greater 50%. And I'm going to accept that. This time I'm just going to do my remove and refit. So I'll click on that. I know that's remove and refit. I'm going to put the scraper molding on for, scraper molding on for remove and refit. I'm going to click on the mirror. I'll show you what happens. So I'll click on this mirror, go left mirror now. And anything that's blue now is what's going to come with that mirror if I had to order a new one. Right. But I want to take the whole mirror off. So that would be the one I'd pick. But also down here, you've got left complete rear view mirror. So I'm just going to click on that left complete mirror. And I'm going to clunk on. And as you can see, the whole mirror's coming off. It's all gone blue now. Okay. Again, I'll put my door handle on. Let's say the door handle, remove and refit. But I'm going to do a blend and paint on this as well, on the door handle. And it's just a surface paint. Accept. And I'd do the same with a little bit here. And I'd do a blend and paint. Now, I'm not teaching people to estimate that. I would probably put this door card down because I know with an Audi you can take the door handle out here, but to get that door mirror off, I'd have to take this door trim off. Normally, I can't remember every model, so I'll just put that down for remove and refit. Okay. So I've done me removing it now. Just imagine I've taken this door off, or I've had to get the regulator off, and I've had to do some adjustments. If I click on that left front door, right, there is an adjustment button.
Right.
So I can adjust it. Okay. You're probably on a lot of different manufacturers within Aditex. You remember the triangle for the strip and fit?
Yeah.
Hover over that. Just click on that. You've got your strip and refit there. So you can do that. I'm just going to move along to the back door now, and I'm going to go to the back door. And this time, I'm just going to go left door, and I'm going to obviously go blend and paint because I've just repaired that front door. I'm going to go surface paint. I'm going to go the lower F and accept that. I'm not going to do the remove and refits at the moment. I'm just showing you how this works. All right. I'll move along to the quarter panel. As you know, within AZT, under the rules, you shouldn't be claiming for polish and denib within a new part paint, blend paint, or repair paint.
Right.
I'll probably go to this quarter panel. And again, within the graphics, we've got a button here that's polish because I'm going to bring this back. Maybe it's an older vehicle, and I'm just going to put 0.3, say, or 0.5 to machine polish that quarter panel to bring it back to life and accept that. And then that will put that in there. Okay. Happy with that?
Yeah, cool.
Let's just say, I don't know why I'd want to do this, but let's just say I'm going to change the oil on this vehicle. All right.
Yeah.
I can go to auxiliary operations, and then this will bring up these different areas: your jig, four-wheel alignment, your diagnostics. You've got even wrapping of a vehicle. I'm going to click on the engine oil. All right, and this time I'm going to renew the engine oil. It should give me a couple of choices. maybe one or
Right.
two. No, it's giving me the actual OEM oil price. We know that there's 4 litres in there, so I'm just going to go put £4.50 in and accept that, because it'll tell me the quantity and what I need, and that'll do the same with your antifreeze, your
Yeah,
power
yeah.
steering fluid and everything like that. It does all of that. Okay. I'll just go back to the center again. So if I go back into here now, and let's say I want to do what everybody knows as zone 99, I'm going to go to what we call down here user operations.
So is that what you call your?
We call it user operations. We don't
User
call it
operation
zone
is zone
99.
9. Yeah.
I've already built some in here already. So I'm going to go technical data and methods. I'm going to go probably car care kit. Right, and then let's just say I wanted to put as pre-sweep. I just can go in there, type in the search area type in pre, click on
And you can
that.
make your own combinations in here. So
Can
let's
make
say
anything up. Say
everybody
if I
doesn't.
wanted to do a Darren Swan's
Yeah.
file, I can just type in Darren.
Everybody should.
But yeah, everybody should. But everybody can see Darren's as well. So if
Yeah.
in your business, say if you've got estimators downstairs or you're across the road, when
Yeah.
they log in, and you might say, I want you to look at using Darren's on every job.
On every
Once you,
job.
let's just say I'm going to use it's ABC Insurance, and
Yeah.
you've got your ABC Insurance file. You could
Yeah.
have built one with ABC Insurance file, just like you do in Zone 99, but then you've got a Darren Swan one. Just look at Darren, and you can search and
That's every job.
add
Yeah.
in there.
Nice.
Let's just add a manual one. So I'm going to add a manual one, and I'm going to call it. What shall I call it? Just thinking of something that's got. Let's go decals. Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to use. You can use any kind of code. So if you're parts departments or you let's just say you use codes for your paint stock and etc. You've got a core stock with codes. You can use whatever your code. I mean, the Auditex one would be guide number 1000. You just put
Yeah.
that in there. We can put, let's say, decals side, and it's a specialist. So we'll come down here, add it to specialist, and let's just say it's 250 quid. Sorry, can't use me keypad. 250 quid, and you could call that and add that to your group. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So if you wanted to call it Darren's whatever, right?
Yeah. I'm with
You
you.
could then, if you slide that save to my operations there, and then you accept it, it would be in here next time you come into any job. Okay.
Right.
But
Yeah.
also, it might be that your decal man who comes in, or any kind of your sublet man, police probably recovery is most common one, where there's no VAT on those
Yes.
invoices.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you hit this sliding tax, it will automatically remove the VAT from that charge of 250 quid. So 250 plus the VAT,
Right.
it just won't charge the VAT on that. So you haven't got to rejig all your estimate
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Yeah.
to work that out. So, and you would just accept that, and that will go on the job. Okay. At any stage, you can add pictures. So if I go and upload some images now, and then I'll choose from where I want to go. Don't I add my? I'll add my grandson. Okay. So that'll upload the images, and
So
they're
where
up there.
are they stored in the cloud permanently all the time there for you?
Yeah, they're stored in the cloud. You don't, you haven't got to worry about them. Put notes and stuff on it. So
Right.
okay. At any stage, we can calculate. Now, remember you mentioned about the running totals. So
How
we
many
haven't got.
images can you have?
Say again.
How many images?
You can have as many as you want.
Right.
And
And
it's not.
am I right? Auditex charge?
No, Auditex do
No,
not charge
they
for
don't
images.
charge.
And to be fair to Auditex, they stopped charging for images in 2017.
Right.
They only charge for images if you're a pay-as-you-go customer.
Right.
Okay, and it's about 30 pence, I think it is at the
Yeah.
moment for
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
image. Yep. So,
So
but if you're a contractual customer, you do not pay for images. And again, with Auditex, you can virtually put on as many as you want on there. The
right.
more you put on there, obviously, it's better for you when you explain it to the engineers. So
Yeah.
it's not going to come back as a supplementary. And I highly recommend, if you're using Auditex or GT, put as many images as you can on there, and make sure that you write your notes on the images, so you're telling the story of what's going on, because then engineer's not guessing at your image. He's going, oh right, okay, yeah, I can see what's going on. So yeah, to be fair to AutoSets, no, they don't charge for images on their job on their jobs. So
you don't know either, so that's a cool.
Oh no, we don't. I mean, ours is cloud-based. So we've got a breakdown here. Here's the price. Okay. You can have a breakdown, here, etc. I'm just going to click on the price up here. Here's obviously all the what's names. Yeah. And so you see these three are blank here. Let's just say I wanted to change the price of this mounting kit, and we've got nothing here. If I just click on there, this gives you the ability to change. So I'm going to put this, say, let's put it at 23.35. It's reduced. Okay. I'll accept it. Just like with the other system, you get an asterisk, don't you, when you've changed something?
Yeah.
You get a little what's name saying you've manually adjusted this. Okay.
So is that something that would stand out for somebody to see?
Yeah, stand out because it'll say it. I'll show you. It literally puts a flag, and we'll show you on the report. This is the breakdown.
Because let's face it, in the old days, I know engineers used to just look at your manuals mainly, didn't know that was their
Yeah,
business.
but you can see it. So I've got all the extras here, but oh Christ, I never put a road test on there. Okay, so you can either come down here in this corner, and you can put, say, short RT. Okay, I'll use that code again. Information, short road test, task. I'll call it a check. I want it in mechanical, labour time 0.3, say. You could save it to your operations there if you want, okay? And I'm going to accept it. And that'll just automatically calculate as well from the 3727 to the 3748. And it's always saving. You don't have to save because it's cloud-based.
So you're never going to lose it. You're never going to halfway through an estimate.
No.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that's my estimate done now, but I can literally, so if I go into operation and add an operation, so I go into there and then add an operation, like if I do something in a graphic or something like that, when I'm in there, right, I can go and calculate this at any stage I want to. Yeah, so if I calculate that now, right, it will always give me this market value against the ratio. So I'm only 12% of it. So although we've not got a running total, we've got actually a live running total, if you get what I mean, where you've probably noticed when you're in the graphics of AutoText, you might calculate it. We haven't calculated it, but the value when it's running at the bottom, and then when you go calculate, you've got two different prices. We haven't done that. We've just put it there. Okay. So I'm now going to go to the reports, and I'm just going to put a technical report, including the photos, and I'll accept the job. And that's going to now put all of that information, including that on there. And I'm just going to bring it up. So there, that your header obviously be up there. Look, and there's the general damage and everything. And I've removed all that technical data, all the stuff which is, it's got Xenide lights and everything like that. So there, you see the flags?
Yep.
So that flags up that I've changed that price.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, and there's another flag there. Look, left front door. I'll put the 3 hours for repair, which is a manual, and anything there.
Your manual times.
Just manual add time. And come down here. You see, it's pretty easy. Like, there's your breakdown. And then when you come down, you've got all the images.
Brilliant.
So that's pretty it, really. It's just nothing, like, it's not complicated.
I think it looks simple to use. It looks clean. It looks, I'm kind of, I think it looks fantastic. And it looks so simple to use, to be honest.
Yeah. So, I mean, once this is going to, say, an insurer, see what it says rules passed here.
Yep.
Well, it'll always pass my rules at the moment because it's a non-approved my own estimate, so it's got no rules to pass.
Yep.
But if it had a rules warning, you could click on that before you send it to the engineer, and let's have a look at it. Right, okay, and it'll pop up and it'll show you what the rules warning is, and say, oh right, okay, I got to do that. Now it might be there's a rules warning there, like about a headlight change, which won't stop it going through, like the system, but if it's a change in the labour price or a change in something that won't go through, it'll tell you and it won't go. You've got to change that. So and that's all part of that. So you've got a live messaging as well. So if you want a public message, that's chatting to the engineer. You've got activity. So everything that we've done on this vehicle today, look, it's all there.
Nice.
So yeah, it's just like, and then you can look at all your previous jobs, everything. So yeah, it's like, and you'd have all your different PDFs here.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, I
Fabulous.
mean, I've been using it now since sort of late August, September, and I've probably done about 250, 260 estimates on it.
How long do you reckon it takes? Give or take. Is it any faster? Is it any slower?
What you mean takes to do an estimate? Someone to learn it. To learn to do an estimate, if you can't do a basic estimate within 2 or 3 hours, if you've been you're an Auditex user or a Glassmatics or Interest user, I'd have doubts about you.
Is it any faster than any other estimating system? Is it very much the same?
So
is it just a similar sort of speed? Because I've got to be. I thought that looked really simple. Looks really clean, easy to use. So
I mean,
we've done an estimate for years though, so I can't sort of say. So it's kind of
we've done hundreds. We not just us. We've got some insurers. There's some independent engineering and some people who are part of the IAEA have done back-to-back estimates. Quite a few. More than a few hundred, and there's a 1% difference either way between GT and Auditex.
And that's in costing. That's in the costing.
Yeah, in the costing. What in terms of when you do the calculation, and they're not exactly the same. It's not, and I think that's. I've been using Auditex for nigh 30 years.
Yeah.
And we've all got to live in the real world. You've just said earlier before we started, you've got cars sticking out all over the place. There's people, everyone's. I don't know many repairers that are not busy at the moment, right? We've come into a marketplace where everyone's busy, and we've got to show, older generation. And it is hard to change. You know what I mean? I'm not going to.
Like change. Humans don't like change.
The people who've got it on board and using it now, and there's people that are advocates of using the system. They love it. It's quick, easy. I looked like seeing some of the billings that's coming in today, and some of the repairers that are using the system. They're doing. One's done 200 something odd in a month, and they were using the system. Another company. So it's working okay. I think, like I say, the advantage of being cloud-based, we can update it every so many months on a regular basis because it's cloud-based, and it's But yeah, and from a cost point of view, we've got to remember it's £12.50 a job, and that's it. So
that's it. Doesn't change for anybody.
No,
I kind of like that. Yeah.
So it's £12.50 a job.
That's transparent, isn't it? I like that.
And it's just what's the point in not being transparent? It's I'd rather people know what they're going to spend. And if they only want to use it once a month, they use it once a month. If they want to use it £100 times a month, it's 100 times £12.50. So
speed-wise, do you think it's pretty similar in the speed of if you were doing an Auditex estimate and a GT? Is it the same sort of timing?
I mean, for me,
not much in it.
Everybody knows when you go into Auditex in the morning, it takes forever to get into it. It's just because the way the system is. Ours is pretty quick because it's cloud-based. Just go in. When you go from screen to screen, you probably notice the little blue circle going. That's down to my internet speed because it's purely internet-based. The argument, I mean, some people say, "Oh, yeah, but if your internet goes, you can't use GT. If your internet goes, you can't use Auditex." Auditex still use the internet to drive it. Right.
But so if I'm an estimator now, this is something I actually like because times like now we're so busy. Everybody's the same. We're all absolutely rammed. So an estimator now, let's say I've got 2 estimators. They could go home, dial in, and they could finish off some estimates.
You can do whatever they want.
I'm thinking I'm a bit bored. I might as well do a couple of hours and get ahead.
They don't even have to use a laptop. They could use a tablet if they wanted to.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so. So
I think that's a big thing myself. I think that's something that could help a lot of people.
The other thing about mobile estimating. I'm not a massive fan of mobile estimating because I'm just about to lose an estimator. Especially where your place is down, it's not the
Yeah,
best place in
yeah,
terms of road, on that A45 there, Coventry Road. It's horrendous just to get around.
yeah,
You
because
send it, how many estimates can a mobile estimator do?
it's horrible.
It's horrendous.
Well, I put a question out there today because of that. It's like, now when I was 20 years ago, I could go out on that road and I could do loads. 25 years ago.
And,
Now,
and yeah, and what are estimators demanding? Anything between 35, 45, whatever it is now, that's a hell of a lot of commodity to go out and send it. And you mentioned about capturing images. Aditex have got image capture. There are other companies out there with really quick image capturing systems now where you only have to send a text to the customer and say, send us some images back. Now, yeah, they might always not be the best images in the world, but I've seen repairers sending me images, and I'm thinking, oh my God, your repairing needs going on. I mean, like, what is that? A wing? Is it? You just don't know. So there are some good companies out there, that have got image capture capabilities, that can send images, and we've got a company that does it that can send it into our system. But
I think that's going to be the next part of the future, isn't it? Taking
yeah, you
mobile
need.
estimates,
It's
something
not.
into
It's not part of the
customers.
future. You're behind, Darren. There are
Yeah,
people been doing this for years.
wow.
There's some good people out there that can do it. I highly recommend repairers look at it and persist with it. Don't try it and say, well, that customer
Yeah,
only sent me 2 images back. That's just that one customer.
of course.
Send them out and see what comes back. It's definitely worth it because the cost of an estimator on the road, with your fuel, your
You
car,
can't.
the
Yeah, the
person's time,
time.
and you're busy. I'd rather sitting at the desk doing,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a
You
bit
need them
like saying,
estimating. Yeah.
yeah, well, it's just like, why don't doctors go out on calls anymore? Because they're too busy. They have to be in their surgery diagnosing what the
Yeah.
damage is on that person that's coming. Why send them out on the road? You know, but yeah, it's just yeah.
No, it's
But
madness.
yeah, so
I
that's it.
think
So
yeah,
any
I think it's
any questions? I mean,
and
just
your
anyone can
training
call.
is your training is free.
Training's free
So
and as many times as they want. So if if
right.
they need we I don't think you need
How do
to
you do
have.
the training? How do you arrange the training? What's the
Literally, if somebody wants to be set up with GT, we'll put it on for them free of charge for a couple of weeks. Yeah,
Yep,
if they want to try it, not a problem. Try it free of charge. We'll train them in that time.
yep.
Or if they're coming desperate, I can always physically come to site if they need to, but I won't train. We've got other people that can, will be training, UK based and Spain based. Marco's a brilliant lad
I'd
who
rather
works
go
for
to
us.
Spain and learn.
Yeah, we'll get you. Yeah, so you're more than welcome to come to the offices in Spain. But Marco was born in the UK, and
Yeah,
he's brilliant. Marco's probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met, and he's got so much time for people. I've got so much admiration for everybody within GT. They're brilliant. Another guy who's
brilliant.
probably watching tonight, Antonio
Yeah,
Fernandez. He just wants me to give him a wave. I'll tell him he can have my autograph in a
Antonio.
couple of weeks'
Yeah,
time. Yeah, yeah. So no, honestly,
brilliant.
everybody's really helpful. So if they want it, have the system. They can have it free of charge for a couple of weeks. Try it. The
Yep.
the difficulty I have is just what we mentioned a few minutes ago. Everybody's really busy. Now
Just
you're
get
a
started.
perfect
Must be
example,
I'm
Darren.
perfect
I
example. Perfect
I
example.
gave it to you, and Paul never
Yeah,
even dialed in because
we
you're
didn't
just
have
too
time.
busy.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, that's what I've got to
this
be
is
honest. I couldn't wait to do this because one, I'm going to I've got to see it,
yeah,
and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people out there that have also got to see it,
yeah,
and now because it's stuck, this is going to be stuck on LinkedIn. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll go back and watch this while I'm in bed. So while you're doing your estimates, I'll be having
yeah.
a look at GT Motive. Now, I think the
Well,
key the key
yeah,
to this is learning. Is like you just said there at the time, learning it, being confident to sort of take a switch. Because if it's going to save us money, that is a massive thing. I can't see it taking long. I'm going to get my estimators to watch this and say, look, that's the system. Because you're right, you didn't actually give us the key. You gave us a trial of it
yeah,
3 times, and we
yeah. I
still
did, yeah,
it expired. Then it
yeah, and
expired.
expired again. Yeah, yeah.
Terrible,
So.
really. But that's
That's
how bad
and to be
things.
fair, poor old Marco's got the saint, the patience of a saint. I'd have hit you by now, Darren.
Tell me about this. Is obviously somebody. Cheers for that, Martin. Likewise, I think that's your man in Spain. How we do, pal?
Oh right, yeah, that'll be Marco. He's a great lad. So I
Bless
mean,
you.
that'll be Antonio. That he's a great lad.
Antonio, there we
So
go.
yeah. So
Tracy,
well,
Tracy
hello
Wixer,
Tracy.
she's about.
Hi
Tracy, how
Tracy.
you doing?
Yeah, Tracy's a lovely lady. So really lovely lady.
Yeah,
So
she is. And
and
Terry just said,
Oh, I
Looks
know
like
him.
a great system. You know him.
Yeah.
So
So,
it's, I mean,
in
I
fact,
think
he's got a face. He's got a face pinker than that shirt. So, no.
fantastic.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry,
Martin.
Martin.
Nice
I
and
don't know what
cheap.
she's
There we
saying
go.
sorry for.
I
So
don't
she
know.
meant, I know what it is. Attention to detail, Darren. When you
Oh, right.
advertise it on LinkedIn, you put me Martin, not with a
Auntie
Y.
Nai. Wow,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go.
Attention to
You pointed it
yeah,
out.
yeah. You're not estimating cars for me. So
But
yeah.
no,
So if there's
awesome, mate.
any questions, I mean, by all means, you can put my email address on the LinkedIn
Will
and my
do
phone
that.
number.
Yeah,
People can ring me. I'm happy to take a call, or meet up and come down and see them. All right.
fantastic. Steve
So, oh,
Merchantson is also
there's Steve,
selling.
who I mentioned to you yesterday. So, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, I
So,
think a lot of people want to see what it's about, and like you say, time is the problem. We're all so busy.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a great estimating system. It's definitely something I think we're going to be looking at as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's
The thing is, you have to be. You need to get on the bus now,
yeah, you got to
right?
you got to
Don't
give yourself a little bit.
and get on it and try it and work with it, because we are working really hard in the background to give
Yeah,
and to be fair to NFU, who are the insurer that's come on, they give people a choice. You choose. Do you want to use? Do you want to use GT? Do you want to use Audatex? What a fantastic thing!
brilliant. Yeah,
Now, and all of a sudden, we've got repairers going. Actually, I'll use that, please, if you don't mind. And I don't mind if they use Audatex or us.
yeah.
It's just a
Sure.
choice.
I think the
So,
thing is, the more repairers that use it, insurers aren't going to have a choice either. And I think
but yeah, I just, I'm
they're
just
going to have
hoping
to.
that, we can, if we can help in any way, we will.
Brilliant. For me, I
Okay.
think the training is the key part. Did you say you can come down to you?
I can come to you. I'll literally come
Are
to
you
you if you
living
need me
right?
face to face. I mean, there's only one of me, so if someone calls me up
Yeah,
in Aberdeen, the next minute someone's down in Bodmin, I might not be able to do that in a day.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll try my best to get to you, or I'll arrange online training, which is the preferred way for us,
Yeah.
just because it's easy to do. And as I'm doing now, we can use Microsoft Teams and dial in, and we
Yeah.
can show one to
So
one.
something for me to confirm is, because obviously I'm a user as well, and it's something I do actually want to get using. So let's say I want to sign up.
Yep.
When we say sign up, is there any fees to sign up?
Nope, nothing. All you've got to
So
do is send me an email. Say you wanted it. Let's just say Darren Swan can meet it now.
yeah,
I'd get it to Marco. Marco, like I say, there. If I've got your details over to Marco, he can get you set up. If he's really quick, probably in about 20 minutes.
right.
Right. But he'll get you done up in the day. He'll send you an email with all your login details, and then we'll put you on the trial period. And then literally towards the end of the trial period, he just sends you out something like a DocuSign to sign up, and you signed up, and that's it. You're done. So simple. And then when you start using it, we charge you for that, the amount of times you use
I
it.
was
That's
just
it.
going to say, well, the trial period from there, when you start using it, then you
Yeah.
start to get your
Yeah.
£12
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
estimate
And like
done.
I say, if you only do one, you only charge you for one. If you do
That,
20 times
that's
over,
what's key. I think people are
it's
crazy not
simple,
not
easy.
to sign up just because of that. I think it's
Yeah.
and the fact of being able to do the estimates at home,
Yeah.
especially now, I think it's fantastic, mate.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad you've done this, of course, because I've got to see it. Kevin Dunlop, nice one, Martin, great system and top team at GT.
You see, look what he's done
There
though.
we go.
Martin with an eye. I'll have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Kevin Dunlop. Yeah. So,
So
yeah. Yeah.
I'll
So,
rechange it.
yeah.
Got in trouble with that.
Can you believe it?
No,
So,
brilliant,
yeah.
mate. I've really
Right.
enjoyed it. I think it's a fantastic system. As I say, the key parts for me are one, now I know that it actually doesn't cost us anything to have up. Be crazy not to have it on. I think it'd be brilliant. I'm going to speak to my estimators tomorrow because they can do estimates at home at weekends. And I'm pretty sure while it's like this, I'm pretty sure they'd like to get ahead. Nobody likes to be behind at work and stuff as well. I think it'd be brilliant. Going with obviously with Audatex, there's linking in and sending estimates to and from. How does that bear up? That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, so like I said right at the start, I'm not here to sell the dream. At
Yep.
this moment in time, unless you're a Vision NFU repairer, you can't communicate between insurers. Totally admit that. There's nothing we can do. And we know that, and that's something we're working on in the background. I would and I've helped repairers who are either local or far away. If they just turn it into a PDF and send it off to say motor claims at lv.co.uk, and then with the same, it's just they still get it authorised the same way.
Yeah,
The
of course.
repairer that's had the bigger bill today, you know, the 13, he's done 13 at 162 quid. He's sent all of those off and he's got them all authorised. And to be fair, all the insurers are pretty good about it anyway. They're not, you know, they can read the estimate, as you can see. It's not hard to
I
look
don't think
at.
anyone wants to hang around intentionally.
Images attached. Yeah, so we don't
Brilliant.
have a massive problem with that. So,
No, fantastic.
but yeah, it's the other thing is as well, when the insurers do come on, it's a locked environment. So you probably on out of text, you know, when you've got your network code and you send a job from one person to the other, accidentally you cannot put the wrong network code in, you know, because the VBR, whatever it is, and you can send all that data to the wrong person. Because it's just one of those things. It's user error. There's nothing you do about it. It's one of those things. Just like when you send an email on Microsoft Outlook, it can happen.
Yeah, of course.
You can't do that with GT. When that, you know, that instruction comes to you, it's locked between you and currently NFU that can't go anywhere. From a GDPR point of view, you can't lose that person's data.
Yeah, good.
You can't share it with anyone. So.
Brilliant. Okay,
mate.
Awesome, mate. It's been great to have you on, of course. I can't wait to get using it. I've got to be honest, we'll probably have another chat once we are. I'm going to try and force my guys to get using it. I want to get in there before you get too busy because I think it's the right time.
Yeah.
Get in now where you got time to, you know, especially now to giving everyone the training that they're going to want. And awesome, mate. So yeah, definitely we'll try and come back when they've had a bit of use.
Yeah, no problem at all, mate.
Fabulous.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so good speaking to everybody. Speak to you soon.
Yeah,
okay.
Take care, buddy.
See you later, mate. Cheers, mate. Bye.
There we go, guys and girls. That was GT Motive. What a cracking estimating system. I've got to be honest, I think it looks fabulous. I personally think it looks very easy to use. I like it looks very modern. It looks very nice. And for me, I don't know about you guys, of course, let us know, because that's what Crash Clinic's all about, communicating and talking together. I think the fact that, I mean, when you're self-employed, I'm pretty sure there's hundreds of you out there that would be sat at home doing estimates and be glad of it, because it takes that stress off you of going into work on Monday thinking you've got loads of estimates to do. I would personally rather do a couple of an evening and stuff and spread my work out. I think that is a massive key area for it for me. So yeah, get on board with it, give it a go, put your comments in. Any questions you want, of course, let us know. I will put Martin with an eye. I'll put his details in later on, so you can actually contact him direct. Again, I think it's fantastic. Something I'm going to get onto quite soon. £12.50 fixed fee, no costs if you don't use it. You've got to remember these great things, especially when times are as tough. Everything's going up. So for once, we can actually have an estimating system we're not paying for monthly. I think that's fantastic as well. So well done, GT Motive. Awesome, guys. Please obviously give us any comments. Don't forget to go and join Crash Clinic itself. This is where we're trying to come together, help each other in the industry, not just about talking about all the problems like this today. It's about teaching each other, letting each other know, you know, all the best features that are out there. I believe I've got a guy coming on shortly with a like we've just spoke about, a new way of mobile estimating. That's something else I think's very big. I put a poll out today. I wanted to know how many people are still going out doing mobile estimates, because it's a nightmare. Poor Tracy is out there in the vehicles. I don't know how they get on with it. It's a nightmare out on the roads at the moment, of course. So a new mobile estimating, Tracy's probably already using it. So something we'll bring on and talk about again in another couple of weeks. We just want to keep bringing you information all the time, but we also want to talk about the industry. Coming together in this industry is very important, of course. We want to hold the first Crash Clinic meeting. So I'm looking for like-minded body shop owners, anybody in the industry who wants to come together and start talking. April the 1st, pretty much everything has gone up. Have your estimates gone up? Have your charges gone up? What have you increased? So far, the only increase I know of, the fantastic, awesome Marcus Study have increased their labour rate by £2.50 an hour. So if you work out your overall average hours over the week, let's say it's 100 hours you book in a week, you're going to get, is it 250 quid? So yeah, that's not really going to help us at all. So we need, as an industry, to be looking at what charges are we going to be putting up. What are we going to increase? I don't think the labour rate is the actual fix, although that needs to go up quite a lot. There's far more important things: speed, time, efficiencies. We need to be talking about everything that we can do and helping each other. There's no point having one, awesome body shop that's got everything right and the rest of the country's got it wrong. We need to talk and help each other. So I'm looking at doing the first meeting very soon. Get in touch with me, let me know. We've got quite a few already. I have also asked, would you rather do it on a Saturday, because I know we're also busy in the week, or would you rather do a weekday? Let me know, because I'd like to get that booked sooner rather than later, because everything's going up and we always leave it too long in this industry. We can't leave it any longer. We need to be talking about how we're going to start making more money. So thanks for that. Well done, Martin and Darren. Appreciate that. And I believe that's all the way from Spain. So Antonio, thanks very much. We'll see you obviously next week, every Tuesday, of course, at 7 o'clock. There'll be something new to talk about. If you've got anything you'd like to discuss, anything you'd like us to look into, to discuss, please let me know. It's all about content and all about us learning. So guys and girls, have a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday.